Welcome to Mindful Monday. My name is Dr. Pryor and I am with the Business Psychology Department at the Chicago Schools DC campus. In today's video, I have 5 reasons why you should consider gardening. So the first one is for physical health. It could be a little bit of a workout. Gardening can be exercise. Now I know some people who did gardening and they were bending over too much and it was a lot on their back. So then you can use raised garden beds, or you can do container gardening on stands. But there is a little bit of physical health. You just have to watch it so you don't have strain. It's really good for your physical health. And I know I had one year, back in like 2008, where I moved all these stones in our backyard. Wow, I did it over the course of like a 2-week period and my body felt amazing. My legs got all toned. I mean, just think about picking up these stones and moving them. It was like the ultimate micro workouts, right? We know that those can be a lot better for us than those long cardio bouts. But I felt the power of that as I moved them around, and it cleared my head. I would come in and just feel great, and I moved an entire wall of them. Now, I wouldn't want to do that today. I mean, maybe I would move some of them, but there'll be times when you know you want to do the labor part and times that you don't. The other physical benefits can impact you from just touching nature, because we were meant to touch nature. We were meant to get connected to the earth for the energy that it offers. But there's also just something great about when we see greens and these certain hues that you find in nature, the eyes don't have to work as hard. For example, sometimes like when people are in a red room or certain colors, they make the eyes refract and work harder. Other colors can make the eyes not work so hard and can actually be calming. And so the physiological response that we have when we're out in nature is very powerful. And then also sometimes there can be these amazing smells, these wonderful aromas that can be great for us, especially if we're stuck indoors. So just think about that. All of those things add up to just refresh you. And I remember, I think it was like 2012, I was doing a lot of schoolwork, 40-page papers and edits and stuff. And I had to change my office, starting to have this conditioned response where I would see the office at the end of the hall and I would walk away. I just did anything I could to not have to write that paper. So what I did is I moved my big computer downstairs and I went out to the garden and I pulled as many flowers as I could. I cut them off, put them into a little glass, and I called them my writing flowers. And I just set them in a little dish next to my computer. I propped up a pillow on a chair. It made it very comfortable. I transformed a writing space, and so my next assignment just felt amazing to do, right? All these little things that we do, these little hacks, they can add up, they can work. And if you haven't tried some hacks for yourself, you need to, because you know how it is. You can get really burned out. We can get overloaded while we're in school, or even while we're just working. And so I just want to encourage you to find a way to bring plants into your life and see if it refreshes. Another reason is that gardening can be a meaningful activity. And what we mean by meaningful is when you're out there tending to it and caring for it, that gives a sense of intrinsic meaning to an individual or a human being. That's good for us. It feels wonderful. Try it and see. Another reason to start gardening is to gain new skills or knowledge. So sometimes, I know you're already learning a lot as you're in school, and it could even be on knowledge overload, right? But in these just small little amounts, we can say, there's different kinds of roots. There's tap roots, and then there's these fiber roots, right? Or you start to learn about different leaves, why some are glossy and have these outer coating, and why some of them, what happens, what does it mean when they start to get brown? You just gain this little bit of knowledge about plants, and that, as humans, we are created to learn. Also, as professionals in the area of psychology, we're in the helping business. All that we do, even when we're not directly counseling a client, right, or directly working with a student, all of what we do is in the helping business. And I know that gardening has given me analogies and metaphors, and so it can give you another tool for your toolkit. You never know when you're sitting there talking to somebody and you need to explain that to them, or you need to validate something maybe they said. There was one research article, they talked about how garden analogies were used with refugees. And it really was a connecting point where they said, yes, you're feeling uprooted, or like a plant that's been transplanted. And I actually wrote about that once because I had 2 plants that I did transplant and they were in shock. Both of those shrubs that I moved did not flower that year at all. Why? Because they were taking care of their root health as they were just recently uprooted, right? In contrast, the shrubs that weren't uprooted had a beautiful flowering season. They were in a different mode. So it's the same thing for us. And so much of life can be connected to different garden analogies, right? I have another one, and I think I shared this with Janice when we were at school one day, but it rained for a week in our area, and it poured down rain. And I had 2 hanging plants on the porch, just some mixed flowers, really beautiful. So some that were spiky and some that trailed down the side. And because it was raining so much, I didn't really go out and water at all. I didn't need to, and sprinklers didn't need to go on or anything. And I was shocked when I went out and they were drooping. One of them was actually, I lost some of the trailing plants. How could they be that close to the water and not get any? Well, because they were on the porch. One of the analogies that I got from that experience was that's kind of how people are sometimes. They can be so close to what they need, right? But just not quite getting it, not quite under the area where they can absorb or have access to what they need. And so how do they find it? They need to be relocated, they need to be moved, or we need to be mindful and monitor and maybe move it. Now, if that ever happens again, I take my plants all down and I move them into the rain so that they get their rain. Whatever business that we're in, coming up with a good metaphor or a good story is a very powerful skill. And I have found that the gardening provides that for me. You might find that too when you're out there. You just start making connections. Okay, so that's the end of today's Mindful Monday. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a great summer and make time to get out there and get your hands dirty. Do some gardening. It's good for you.